bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time. It's clear to see from up here. The world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
I've come out here today on another hunt for bluebells. Hindberry Wood. It's meant to be well known for bluebells, and I can just see that there's a few coming out now. We're probably a little bit early, but we might still get some nice pictures today. And we've also come to see the famous Abbeystead Reservoir, Weir. It's quite a spectacular thing, so hopefully we'll get some nice pictures of that as well. And we should also have a nice little walk.
Sometimes you need to go, take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell.
I love these woodland walks. You get all sorts of smells. There's wild garlic. I can smell a bit of mint over there. Just woodland smell. It's nice. It's lovely. And the birds are tweeting as well. I think we might be a little bit early for the bluebells. There's only one or two out, but you can see once they do come out, this will be a sea of blue. Lovely. I've got a bit hung up on bluebells at the minute. You might be able to tell. I don't know, I'm just enjoying being out in nature. You might notice there's no Jazzy with us today. I was like that whether to bring her. I decided not to bring her, but then this morning I got up and she was looking all sorry for herself, and I said, do you want to go for a walk? And she just sat in the bed. She didn't want to come out, so I pleaded with her, and she still didn't want to come, so I'm on my own today. I think she's got used to being at home. She's sort of got out of being in the car, so I'm going to have to sort of maybe try some short... Get off me glasses, you naughty Holly. Going to have to try some short trips in the car with her, sort of get her used to being in the car again. Loving this walk so far though. Can't beat a good woodland walk. I think now we're opening out onto the reservoir, or maybe the river. I think this looks like the river. The path itself so far is good in some places. There's some flagstones laid down through the woods. But then there's also quite a lot of eroded areas where it's washed out and it's a bit of scrambling. If you're not quite as sure-footed as some people, you might struggle, but yeah, it's nature, isn't it? In a crocodile. Check this out. See it? It's there. Very quiet. Don't let it see us. I think it's sleeping. We're alright. Shh. It's just a rock. We don't have crocodiles out here. It's England. We're just coming out to the base of the reservoir now. The River Weir actually runs along the bottom side of the reservoir, and then you come out at the base near the dam. So I can just hear the Weir.
You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
So we've come down to the riverbank now, where we can see the actual Weir itself. Because there's not a lot of water, you're not going to get as good a picture as I'd hope. But we've got a nice little waterfall there, and we've got the camera down here looking at it. We're going to try and get some nice pictures. Now, I am an amateur. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I want the shutter speed to be low, which unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do because I haven't got an ND filter. You want your ISO to 100. I also want my f-stop to be quite high, and you can see it was just slightly overexposed here. I'm going to put it on a 2-second self timer so that when I press the shutter it doesn't it doesn't shake as I press the shutter. We're focusing down here. And there we go. I will try a low shutter speed. If you turn your shutter speed down to about 0.5, that's where you get the beautiful buttery water. But as you can see, it's blown everything out. So I'm going to have to turn the f-stop up as high as I can go. Maybe zoom in a little bit. And you can see we're quite overexposed here. We've got the ISO as low as we can possibly go, and that's as high as we can go as well. The f-stop is as high. Oh no, we can go up to 29 now. That's better. So we're not that overly exposed. I'm going to try and focus on the actual waterfall itself with a 2-second timer. There we go. I've got a little bit of, let's have a look at that. There's a little bit of sun stuff here. Obviously I will have to edit these as well. See, I'd prefer the f-stop to be quite low, sort of an f8, something like that. But we have to turn it up for the buttery water, so you've got to play around with the settings to get what you want. Like I say, if I had an ND filter, we'd be able to get this right down and still keep the shutter speed at 0.5. So I'm just gonna move to the left a little bit, away from these little trees, and get the camera a bit more central. Level the horizon a little bit. and that's a bit better. Still quite exposed. Focus on the waterfall, and there we go, we've got a little bit of buttery water there. Now let me tell you a little bit of history about the Weir and the dam at Abbeystead. Now the Abbeystead dam and Weir was constructed in 1853. This was to provide a source of water for the growing towns in North Lancashire. But unfortunately in 1884 there was a disaster here. Natural methane from the ground below had seeped into one of the pump houses and caused an explosion. Unfortunately at the time there were 44 people in the pump house on a presentation from the North West Water Authority. Unfortunately 16 people died. 8 of them died instantly and another 8 died as a result of their injuries. Stunning. We've crossed over the river now. We're just heading up by the pump house, past a lot of cows, and then we head right, I think. Hope these cows don't trample me. Moo! 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 From the Weir, the map shows to go through some woodland and through some farm fields, but you can just take the concrete road up to the top of the hill and then you come through these one field and start heading back through the little village of Abbeystead. It's about an hour's walk if you're just walking. It's took me a little bit longer, obviously because I've stopped to take some photos, I've stopped to film, all that kind of stuff. But I think I'll come back here when everything's out in flower. I think I'm a little bit early for the bluebells, so I've kind of missed them a little bit, but there is some out. Still been a nice walk, but like I say, I'm going to return when the water level's a bit higher and we can get a really nice picture of the Weir. Hopefully by then I'll have a ND filter. But yeah, really nice walk. Before I let you guys go, got one big thank you to say. Huge thanks to Chris from Rattel X Industries for buying me a coffee. Thanks a lot, Chris. Really appreciate it. And thanks to everyone else for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.